Dave, I know with Will Smith, you've been talking about kind of how he's been building up. How did he come out of just the game yesterday, coming into today, and is there still hope that he could be starting tomorrow in Game 3?
Yeah, there is hope. I think he came out of it well. Haven't seen him today yet. We'll see him out there at the workout. So I'll make that decision tomorrow. But there's each day it's gotten better, and so I feel more confident that he'll be able to start.
Can we go to Jack?
I know you don't want to box Roki in as like just a closer, but moving forward, if you haven't used him in a game when you get to the ninth and there is a save situation, like do you anticipate him kind of being even more of your primary option in that spot?
He's definitely the primary option now. I think that there's a build up. There's also a component that we have to win X amount of more games, and he's not going to close every game. It's just not feasible. So you've got to use other guys. And so, but I think that to the question, yeah, if it makes sense, he'll definitely be finishing games.
Especially considering he's only pitched 5 times for you guys since coming back. Like, what is that balance, especially with his workload and figuring out how much you can push him versus trying to still,
That's right, Jack. It's a balance. This is something he's never done, and you're expecting to go a few more weeks. And so all that stuff has to play in that a lot of people just don't have any appreciation for.
Fabian?
Dave, obviously you've had to rely a lot on non-traditional relievers for piece games together. How difficult is that balance versus obviously you want to win these games, but also try to keep other guys going, get other guys going that you're going to have to rely on over the course
That's right. That's everything. If there is a world where you can use 5 pitchers and finish a postseason and win the postseason, I think a lot of people would sign up for that, but that's impossible. So you've got to use your roster at certain times and kind of pick spots where you feel best and live with whatever outcome. But, that's just the way it goes in to win for us this year, 13 games in October, but very well-framed question. And, but yeah, the more you see guys and give guys opportunities, you see how they respond, and it certainly helps my decision-making going forward.
And with the lineup tomorrow, what does them going with Nola do to sort of change sort of how you construct who's in there?
It doesn't do a whole lot outside of Max will be in the lineup. Miggy Rowe won't be in there. Then I've got to certainly make the decision on Will versus Ben to start the game, but that has no bearing on who the starting pitcher is for them.
Okay, can I go to Bill on the left?
Yeah, Dave, Harper and Schwarber are 1 for 15 with 8 strikeouts. What's been the key to keeping them in check?
I think the main thing is we've attacked those guys. We haven't been scared off using the fastball. I think we crowd them just enough. I think we go soft just enough, and I think we change eye level. So up to this point, we've done a really nice job of keeping those guys at bay. So we still got some work to do and try to keep those guys asleep.
A couple of years ago, Freddie and Mookie had one of those kind of series. How frustrating is it, or what do you see happening when 2 such important components to a team are struggling at such an important part of the season?
Puts a lot of pressure on everyone. The people around them, we've lived it, as you said, Bill. The players around them puts pressure on them. Certainly on the 2 superstars, puts pressure on them to try to perform. But that's what the postseason is all about.
Can I go Sonia in the middle?
Dave, kind of going back to the bullpen with some of the non-traditional relievers that you're relying on, do you see a need to get guys like Roki and Emmett to potentially do back-to-backs at some point when the series warrants it?
Yeah, I mean, it's, this is like certainly it's all kind of uncharted territory for everyone. And so there's a balance of trying to build up some type of consistency to then, get to the next, graduation point as far as back-to-backs or whatever it is. And so, and there's no guarantee what the stuff's going to be like, so that's stuff that the pitching coaches talk about because we know our players better than anyone. And so those are things that we talk about daily to again put our players in the best position. So, yeah, I would love to have Roki throw every single day if he could, but that's just not feasible. So again, we have a lot of conversations, and then I make my decision.
Before you see it in a game, what can kind of tell you that Roki would be ready for that?
Talking to Bardo, Connor, Mark, their catch play, how they're feeling, how the ball's coming out, versus other days when they get more rest.
We're going to go over here to Bob in the front row.
Hey, Dave, there was so much made last night, of course, of the wheel play with Mookie. Of all the guys you played with, coached, managed, where does he rank among just baseball acumen?
He's up there. I played with Robbie Alomar, Omar Vizquel, some great ones. And, Mookie is up there. Alex Cora. But Mookie's up there. I think that especially as an outfielder for the most part of his career to then come into the infield, he's got, a lot of feel. And he's got a lot of belief in his ability. And he made a great play, really, really great play yesterday.
And you guys ever talk baseball strategy?
All the time. We talk all the time, offensively, defensively, approach, what pitchers are trying to do defensively. And he and I have a unique relationship. We talk baseball all the time.
Okay, Michael in the middle.
Hey, Dave. A few weeks ago, I asked you about the balance with Blake Trinan from his postseason pedigree, especially last year's run, and I guess what he struggled in September of his recent run. And then last night in the ninth, it looked a lot like here against the Phillies when he gave up 3 runs here in September. And when he was bad over the last month, struggling, it looked like that. So how does that change when you want to utilize him or use him going forward now?
Yeah, I think the look of a player matters to me. I felt that he was gaining some momentum before that last one. So I'll check in on him. But, there's ways of how you go about an outing, successful or not successful. And, how a player carries themselves matters to me. So there was definitely a different look. Which, he's got great pedigree in biggest of spots, but, I just didn't see that edge last night that I know that I've seen it many times over.
There you go, Jay.
Hi, Dave. Is there any update on Miggy Lowe?
No, not yet. I know that, the hamstring tweaked it a little bit. Obviously having today off, he won't start tomorrow, but I'm sure he'll be ready for whatever, we need from him tomorrow in the game. But, I think he'll be okay. Thanks, Jay.
So Tommy has an ankle issue and Miggy has a hamstring. So 2 of your middle infielder has some injury issues. So do you feel comfortable about that depth of your infielders right now?
I feel comfortable with Max Muncy. I feel comfortable with Tommy starting the game. I feel comfortable, with Kike coming in at some point if he needs to. And obviously I feel comfortable with Hae-Sung in playing infield. So certainly having him on the roster allows for us to, protect ourselves and potentially use him if the time calls for
it. Dave, just back to Mookie for a second. How impressive is that for a guy to go from being a Gold Glove right fielder to now making, the plays that everyone's talking about in the postseason at the hardest position in the sport?
Well, I think, point of easy, context is it's never been done, so to go out there and play Gold Glove right field for years and to be in the Gold Glove conversation this year, rightfully so, to play in the biggest of games, biggest of stages, it's just never been done. So it takes a special brain and talent to do it.
Okay, we're going to finish up here with Jack.
Well, Mookie, I know last night just how you spoke to the media, but there's been a lot of talk of kind of just the defense that you guys showed at the end of the game. Of course, the play of the wheel, which you guys executed perfectly. When you look at how you guys are really coming together right now, does it feel like this is kind of the peak for you guys, or just the best y'all have been playing getting to this point right now?
Sure. I think it's more of just, this is just the time that we have just kind of locked on together and just kind of been on the same page, moving in the same direction. It's hard to do during a regular season. It's really hard to just focus on only winning when, stats do matter, especially for some guys. And so I think now throwing those stats out the window, you really get to see some good, some good, just fun baseball. Some good backyard baseball. I think that's what makes it, is what making us good right now.
You recently talked about just with you moving to shortstop and kind of feeling confident, comfortable in that position. You don't have to think about it anymore. Was a play like that, or just the defensive performance that you've had thus far in the postseason, is that an example of just kind of where you're feeling and not having to think about these things and just being able to execute as you go?
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good about it. I've ran that play before. I mean, that play it's not like it's a special play or anything, that's been around for forever. So we just decided to run in a big spot, and we did a good job with it. But I mean, I think the group of guys, we just believe in each other and we trust each other, and it's really easy to communicate. It's really easy to know and believe that your brother's going to do the right thing. And so if you're in the right spot, he's going to put you in the best spot to succeed. And so I think that's just kind of what's being shown out there.
Claudia?
Mookie, you have been here before in the past. How important is it to set the tone early in a potential clincher like this?
It's very important. We know that they're here. They got on the plane with full intentions of going back for a Game 5. We understand that. We know what's in their locker room. We know what they're capable of, and so we got to come out ready to go. I mean, we got to be able to withstand the punches that they're going to throw and be able to throw some back. But by no means is it going to be easy. Well, we just have to make sure we just play good, clean baseball.
Olivia, second row.
Obviously, the environment in Philly and the fans was unbelievable. What do you say to Dodger fans ahead of Game 3 tomorrow?
We got to bring it. Those guys definitely did. It was loud. My ears were ringing a couple times. So that was a really good atmosphere to play baseball in. Really fun. You felt the love for the Phillies. You felt the love for the city. And so I expect Dodger Nation to come and show the love for us as a team and us as a city. So I'm expecting it to be really loud.
You're in the back on the left.
Mookie, you've been kind of a leader on this team for a couple years now, but do you think that growing into kind of the leadership role that comes with being an everyday shortstop has been something that you have grown into this season?
I'm not gonna say I've grown into it. I think I've grown an understanding of it. I think playing all year there and really having Miggy has been like one of the biggest blessings in disguise I've ever had. He is so knowledgeable of baseball in general, but especially the position of shortstop. And so having a teammate like that, it's different when you have a coach. But when you have a teammate that's actually out there, I can ask him questions during the game, in between pitches. Someone who always has an answer, he gives you his best every day. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better than having Miggy Ross, and he's really responsible for a lot of my mental successes this year for sure.
Going to go to Bill on the left.
Yeah, Mookie. Harper and Schwarber have started this series 1 for 15 with 8 strikeouts. You and Freddie had a series like that a couple years ago. What's the frustration like when you're in a position where you know how much the team is counting on you and yet you struggle?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Like you said, I've been there, and I remember feeling like no matter what, no matter how bad you want to say it's a team thing at this point, we all got to band together. Like, you're where you are and what you mean to the team never really goes away. And, we were the Dodgers because me and Freddie were doing our thing. That's what made us tough. And so, when you get in that rut and you just seems like it's like quicksand, and no matter what you do, you just can't get out of it. And so it's tough. I mean, I didn't get out of it, so I have no advice or anything. I mean, shoot, I would have if I knew what to do. So I mean, good luck to those guys, and we'll see if they have the answer.
The first row here on the left, Bob.
Mookie, going back last night to the wheel play, when's the last time you had that kind of reaction, after the game from friends, players around the league, and just talking about that?
Never. I've never had, especially for such a, I think it's just such a basic play. There's only like 2 or 3 plays, and that's one of them. It'd be like the Lakers. They won the NBA championship running the 2-3 zone. That's how I view it. So it's just we ran in a big spot and we were able to make, do it right and do it. I think we executed it really perfectly. And so it's just the timing of it, I think.
And just with your, baseball intellect, everything else, people in the game wonder, when you're finally done playing, where that time is. Would you ever want to become a manager or go to the front office?
Man, I never thought I had this kind of conversation. God, but yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what with the wife, the kids. We'll see when that time comes. But I got a while, so we'll turn that part of the brain off.
Okay. Going on the back on the right.
Mookie, considering some of the struggles that you endured during the regular season, along with some of your teammates and along with the entire team at times, how gratifying is it now for so many things to seemingly be coming together at the perfect time of the season?
It feels great. It feels great. But we used all those situations earlier in the year to kind of build us for now. There's not a whole lot the game can throw at us that we haven't already went through. Especially as, a lot of us, we won the World Series together last year, and we went through a lot. We went through a lot of struggles this year, like you mentioned. So we've really kind of seen everything, and we kind of know what it takes. And so, it's just fun when you get to get a group of guys that just love each other and just want to win. A lot of good things happen.
Chris.
So I know that you mentioned that the wheel's a basic play. I know we were all excited to kind of see how it all played out in the moment of the game, things like that. When you look at that compared to, I guess, Freddie's pick and how he closed out the game yesterday, just what is in your reaction to that? Yeah,
Freddie's play was way harder than the wheel play. That was tough. That was a tough situation. But sometimes you just, like I said, you get a group of guys together, and you just figure out ways to win. It's not always going to look pretty, but you just figure it out. Sometimes you got to go rogue. Sometimes you got to do things that are not normal. But that's just the beauty of the knowledge that we have on this team, the talent we have on the team, and the love for each other.
Anything else, Mookie? Thanks, Mook.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Could you maybe describe the mood you guys on the cross-country flight, maybe what the chatter is like with facing the 0-2 deficit between the guys?
Yeah, I played a lot of cards, so that was fun. Obviously, we didn't really think about the game or anything like that. Just got rest quick last night, got on the flight this morning, and just tried to get here and get to the workout. So glad it's sunny and 80 degrees in LA.
And you guys haven't hit a home run in these first 2 playoff games, and you didn't hit a home run in the last 2 ones last year. It was a different postseason, but why has it been so hard maybe to get slug from this lineup, and how much more difficult does that make when you guys aren't hitting the ball over the wall?
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. I think both teams, it's kind of weird and kind of crazy to see that, there's only been 1 homer hit in the first 2 games, obviously. Pitching's been good on both sides of the ball. I don't think there's been maybe 2 guys that have kind of played well on both sides. So it's always tough in the postseason, man. You know, you get into it, you're excited, you're ready to go, and then you kind of run into a juggernaut of pitching, and you know, that's our team and that's their team as well. So I think those are, you know, two really good matchups, first two matchups, two of the better ones in baseball all through. So I expect, you know, tomorrow night to kind of be the same thing. Obviously, we need to do a better job of, you know, hopefully hitting the long ball or, you know, just making things happen anyway, anyhow we can. So just got to be better tomorrow.
Okay, go down here in the middle in the front row.
How you doing, Bryce? I'm curious, your mindset as an athlete, knowing it's an elimination game. Do you go into that game knowing that and keeping that in the back of your head, or do you have to treat it just like it's another day? Just as you prepare, when you're at the plate, like, what is that mindset like? Do you acknowledge it, or do you just another game?
No, I mean, you acknowledge it, obviously. I think I said it yesterday. It's first of three. So, you know, we win tomorrow, win the next one, you get back home. So I think got to go 1-0 tomorrow. Obviously, that's a really good team over there, and they're, you know, wanting to do it at home, things like that. So just got to play our game and go figure it out.
Go to Scott on the right.
Bryce, you've seen some pitches, you've, you know, drawn a walk. I mean, how do you sort of feel like things are going up there for you, just generally speaking, results aside? Are you pleased with the process?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've missed some pitches over the last couple of days. You know, missed a changeup last night from Sheehan, and that one do count. Missed a couple pitches from Ohtani. Yeah, I mean, I've missed some pitches, obviously expanded a little bit. I think that third at bat against Snell, I expanded a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I think all in all, not where I want to be, obviously, in the results, but, you know, feeling good.
After an at-bat like that against Snell in the sixth, do you sort of think about that a bit after the game? I mean, is that something you were thinking about even today, or do you just kind of get rid of that right away?
No, I mean, I think the postseason you got to flush as quick as possible, because any at-bat can, you know, change the course of a game or change the course of a series. So, you know, anytime you go up there and you get out, you got to flush it as quick as possible, because that at-bat has no, you know, merit on what your next one's going to be. So you just got to go up there and try to get the pitches that you can. And, you know, I mean, you know, you guys seen me. I don't let a bat like that affect me in a way, especially this time of year. You can't let that happen. So just got to let the game come to you a little bit and, you know, go from there.
Dave in the middle.
Bryce, with Nola, he's been around a long time, obviously, longest tenured Philly. The season hasn't gone the way he's wanted to, but how much confidence do you guys have in a veteran guy like that in the mound in this game tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought he looked great the other day in the inter squad. He was up to 94. Curveball looked good, changeup looked good, sinker. So, I mean, obviously he's going to have a leash on him, I'd imagine, with Ranger behind him, if I had to guess. I don't know what their plans are or anything like that, but if I had to guess, that's kind of what it would look like. But you never know. You know, hope he goes 9 shutty and, you know, call it a day.
You got to go back to Matt on the right.
This might be a stretch, but you made your debut here 13 years ago. I don't know, do you ever get reflective when you come here and you're coming here still chasing, you know, that ultimate goal that you wanted in Major League Baseball? Does that happen at all when you come here?
Not really. I love playing here. I love being in LA. I love the West Coast, always have. Obviously, you know, when you're growing up, Dodgers are, you know, the Dodgers were the Dodgers. My dad hated the Dodgers because he was a big Red Machine fan. But I loved them. You know, it's a good baseball team, and it's a lot of fun to watch. They do a great job over there, obviously. They're the team to beat year in and year out. So we just, like I said, it's always fun for me to come out here. I enjoy it. Got a lot of family and friends out here this way. I love playing at Dodger Stadium, always have. Ball flies here. Wasn't ever, you know, usually like that, but it does now. So it's a lot of fun coming here and playing.
You're going to go far right against the wall?
Hi, Bryce. You are facing Yamamoto tomorrow, and obviously you faced him before. And what do you remember, and what's going to be your plan tomorrow?
I didn't even know that I faced him. I can't even remember. I said it on the plane today. I had no idea. I can't remember that far back. I'm sorry.
You go straight here in the middle, second row.
Bryce, you talked about you can flush it and all, and that's what you have to do. Rob said last night that there's some guys trying too hard. Do you sense some pressing going on, you know, around the team because of the situation?
I don't. I really don't. Obviously, like we want to go up there, we want to hit, we want to bang the best way we can. But I really think you can say that about both teams right now. Obviously they got runs on the board. They've done a great job of doing that in big spots or situations. And we haven't done it with guys in scoring position, myself included. So we got to do that tomorrow night and figure out what we need to do as a team to get ahead.
And just to follow up, is it good maybe to get a change of venue right now? Some of the guys were talking last night about the euphoria that is at Citizens Bank Park, but sometimes it comes back against you. Is it kind of good to get away maybe at this point?
I don't feel that way. I mean, I love playing at the bank. I love our fans. I boo myself when I get out. I'm the same way. So I entrust in what they do. They show up for us every day, day in and day out. So if we deserve to be booed or if we deserve to, they spend their hard-earned dollar to come watch us play. They expect greatness out of us. I expect greatness out of myself and my teammates as well. So if they believe that, then I don't know what's going through their head or their mindset. We got some of the best fans in baseball, and I don't know. They make me play better, so I enjoy it.
Okay, got one here on the right.
I'll probably get booed tomorrow night too, so it's kind of the same thing. I mean, what are we talking about? Same stuff.
Bryce, last night Trey said that he doesn't feel like you guys beat yourselves in these two games. Past failures, maybe that was a different philosophy. Do you kind of buy into what he's saying as well?
I just don't buy into the past failures of series. I really don't. I mean, the last 2 years we got beat, plain and simple. Mets were a better team that series. Arizona, obviously, we beat ourselves a couple of times when we were in Arizona. And they came out in Philly and they, beat us. And that's kind of the way the game works. So right now we're got to go 1-0. Each day got to go 1-0. I've seen it multiple times in multiple series in multiple sports. It happened. Obviously, that's a great team over there, and they're going to do everything they can in their power to win and win at home. But we just got to go 1-0 and have some fun tomorrow night, smile, laugh, enjoy the moment. I think that's the biggest thing too, man, is enjoying the moment, because not every year you can play in the postseason. Obviously, our biggest goal and ultimate goal is to win a World Series every time you get into spring training, just like any other team. So, that's still got to be the same mindset, same ultimate goal of doing that. Facing a tough pitcher, obviously, tomorrow night, and we're looking forward to it. And what an opportunity to come in here to Dodger Stadium and play a game.
Destiny in the middle, in the back.
Bryce, on a personal note for you, how has the last week been for you? Kayla had the baby a few days ago. How have you been dealing with all that at home, and then also the postseason?
Yeah, I got an incredible wife, man. She pushed that thing out in 3 pushes in 30 seconds. So I mean, she's an absolute monster at doing it. So women, man, what a breed. It's no, I'm serious. It's an incredible thing. Being able to hold your son for the first time is something that it's one of the greatest moments of my life. I absolutely love my family. I love my kids. I love the game of baseball, but at the end of the day, my family means the most to me, and yeah, definitely missing them right now. So,
Bryce, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks, guys.
Sorry,
my bad.
Things were hasty last night. Can you go into a little more further explanation, maybe why you guys wanted Nola to start Game 3 over Ranger?
Well, he's more comfortable with starting. One, you're going to see Ranger tomorrow. I would be shocked if you don't see Ranger tomorrow. So he's more comfortable starting. The numbers on their lefties are very similar, Ranger versus Nola. So the trust factor that I have trust in both of them. Don't get me wrong, but Nola's pitched some really big games for us in the last couple of years.
Is this maybe your way of dealing with some of the issues you guys have had in the 6th and 7th inning? Is that you start with a starter and then maybe your second starter can bridge it maybe better, hypothetically?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I'd regret having either one of those guys not pitch in this series.
Good, from the right.
Hi, Rob. How is Harrison doing, and is he in play to start tomorrow?
It's a game time decision tomorrow. He said he feels a little bit better today, but we haven't been outside to run or anything yet, so we'll figure it out.
Straight back, Todd.
Going back to Ranger and Nola, I mean, Ranger had a pretty good year overall as a starter, went deep into games. Nola did not. He's got the bad first inning numbers. Do you look at that as a risk at all? I understand having faith in Nola, but
yeah,
you get behind early and maybe Ranger coming in doesn't matter.
Well,
Nola's last start, actually his last couple of starts, his last start was phenomenal. That's the Nola we've seen. So I'm banking on that we're going to get that.
And then last night, just still looking back at the ninth inning, the bunt play, would you do anything differently there in hindsight, or?
I just think they made a great play. Okay. I mean, Mookie Betts did a heck of a job by breaking very late, so the hitter can't adjust to the slash, and it's tough for Nick to get a proper secondary or bigger secondary because Betts is sitting right behind him. So, and at the end of the day, they made an aggressive play, and they made it work. It was a good play.
Next question. Okay, we're going to Dave there. Go ahead. Very good.
Rob, in 2017, when you're still with the Yankees, you guys came back down 0-2 in the division series. Is there anything you remember about that series that maybe helped the momentum shift? Is there anything you can take away thinking about it right now?
Yeah, I think it's just one game at a time, and that's just the way you got to look at it. You got to slow things down, one inning at a time, really, and come out and relax and be yourselves. Don't try to do too much.
Go back behind you. Yep.
Rob, back to Ranger. What's the plan for him? Is it to be in the bullpen right away and be ready as soon as second inning?
Yeah.
Probably won't bring him in the middle of inning, but he'll be ready.
Yeah, he'll be out there at the start of the game.
Okay, you're going to go down here to Bob in the first row.
Rob, you've seen Mookie Betts a lot, particularly with Boston. You kind of marvel at what he's able to do, moving from right field to shortstop, the way he's played the position.
Yeah, center field, right field, shortstop, second base, plays them all well. He's a heck of an athlete and a great hitter, obviously. I know he got off to a slow start this year, but he's a very talented individual, really is.
Okay, we're going to go Marcus in the left, first row.
Hey, the last 8 games or so, Kyle Schwarber has been pretty ineffective. Have they been? Sometimes teams will gear up to make sure that one guy doesn't hit him. Has he become that guy, do you think?
I think they're pitching both him and Hart pretty tough right now, and I think their timing's off a little bit right now. Again, trying to do a little bit too much, so the swings are a little bit bigger. They just got to slow it down, turn the field around, think left center. They're still going to pull the ball at times, but just stay on the ball a little bit better.
Second row.
Could Bader potentially DH and maybe put Schwarber in the outfield just to get his bat in the lineup? Or
well, he's still got to run. So if he can run, he's going to play center field, and we'll keep Schwarber in the DH spot. So that's the whole issue here.
Rob, just to go back to Nola a little bit, if he didn't have that last outing against Minnesota where he was so effective, do you think he might be in this position today of pitching Game 3?
I'm not really sure. It's kind of a hypothetical. He did pitch well, so
right.
I'd have to think about that one.
Anything else, Rob? You going to go back to Destiny?
This is more random, but we just talked to Bryce, and he was wearing the powder blue, and you're wearing the powder blue. Are you guys going to wear the powder blue?
We are. We talked about it, I guess, probably 10 days ago. Some of the players came to me and because they like playing at them. So we had to go through a bunch of hoops with Major League Baseball just to get it cleared, just to get it okayed by Major League Baseball that we could wear those on the road. So, they wanted to wear them, so we got it done.
If you guys win Game 3, would you stick with it for Game 4?
The
powder blues?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think we brought the gray, so we got to stick on.
Okay. Anything else? We good? Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.